Hello everyone, my name is Jed, and if you know me, you know I have some pretty strange taste in games. So I figured a fun thing to do so you all could get to know me a little bit better would be to fill out this little template thing that I found online about your taste in video games, and that's what we're going to do today. Let's do it, shall we? So, as you can see here, this is the thing. It's like a little about you thing. It's got a bunch of different things here. And I figured we could fill it out. I could talk to you about some of my favorite games, some of my favorite game franchises. That way you all get to know me a little bit better, and so on and so forth. Also, this is the first video I'm recording in 2025. Happy New Year. I don't know if this first video coming out in 2025. I hope it is. Probably isn't, knowing me, but we'll see. Anyways, starting off with the favorite series. There are a lot of series that I adore. Sonic, Persona, Disgaea, Mega Man, recently Kamen Rider. So you'd think it'd be one of those, logically. Blaze Blue is on there as well. But like, logically, you would think it'd be one of those series. But no, for me, if I had to pick one to be my favorite series, it would have to be the Senran Kagura series, for a variety of different reasons. Every game in the franchise is very, very fun. Gameplay-wise, there's a ton of characters for you to play as. They all play very differently and uniquely. They all have their own unique styles, and grinding in the game is very fun. Even the spin-off games, these like side games with different gameplay styles, like the rhythm game or the shooting game. There's even a fucking pinball game. I still don't know why Peach Ball had to be a thing, but it's thing. It's thing. Peach Ball's thing now. It's here. It's fucking pinball. It's Senran Kagura pinball. God damn it. The music is good. There's a lot of stuff you can customize in the various games. There's tons of characters you to play as in the various games, including crossover characters like Ayane from Dead or Alive, Ronka from Valkyrie Drive, Neptune from Neptunia. I could keep going. There's like a whole list. And this even applies to like the mobile game, which is sadly where the franchise is stuck at now. And there's a ton of characters from other games that show and franchises that show up in there, like KOF, more Dead or Alive characters like Marie, and so on and so forth. But more than anything, the reason why I would put this franchise over a lot of those, especially ones like Sonic, Fate, Mega Man, ones that I've been covering a lot here on this channel, is for one reason and one reason only: the story and the lore. Because there's a lot of Sonic games that I don't like. There's only about 2, maybe 3 Sonic games that I don't like. There's a few Mega Man games I don't care for. There's one Disgaea game whose story I fucking despise, and so on. This franchise is the only one where there's a character that I genuinely hate. There's very few characters in this franchise that I genuinely hate. There's like 3. Now 2. Well, there was 3, but now there's 2. And it's because this is the only franchise that somehow managed to take a character that I genuinely cannot stand, take everything about her that makes me unable to stand her as a character, flip it on its head, and use it to make her the best character in the game. I don't know how the fuck they managed to do that, but they took traits from the previous game that made her insufferable, flipped them on their head, and used them to make her the best character in the following game. How the fuck do you do that? How? Genuinely how? I've never seen a franchise do that. There's never been a single franchise game that I've played where it's like, I fucking hate this character, and then if they show up in the next game, it's like, yo, you're fucking like that. This is the only franchise to do that, and for that I have to give it a ton of props, because it's already up there as a franchise for me, but that alone is enough to prop it up over a lot of the other ones for me, because no other franchise has managed to do that. None. Not a singular one. There has not been a single one, and that is astonishing. That alone to me is worthy of props. For anyone wondering, the character's probably been on screen for a while. It's fucking Emu. It's Emu from the Neo Heavy Joe group. She's an insufferable bitch. In the first 2 games she appears in, well, in the first game she appears in, and then she appears in the DLC story for the remake of the first game, and she's insufferable in both of those. But then in Asheville, she is far and above the best character in the game. I don't care. She's genuinely amazing in that game. Also, the story for these games is genuinely just really good, and the lore for these games is like really good, really detailed. And it's like, you would think, oh, it's just a stupid ecchi game, it's not gonna have a lore, the lore is really gonna be stupid. But no, it's actually really fucking detailed. It's like they bait you in with all this stupid ecchi bullshit and all this nonsense, or like fun game, like maybe the Muso-esque gameplay if you're into that. But then, right, it locks you in because it has a lot of genuinely really good lore. And it blew my mind. It still blows my mind. Oh, I love Senran Kagura. I'm going to, where is it at? I am going to put Senran Kagura in there as, for me anyways, the best game, or guest series rather. That is going to be my pick personally for best series, or favorite series rather, is the Senran Kagura series. It also got like a ton of animes as well, which is crazy to me. It's like, they're all just adaptations of different games. They're fine. They're nothing amazing, nothing to write home about. They're solid though. Anyways, moving on to best soundtrack. There's a lot of, for me, there's two that are in contention for this. And it's between Pokemon Black and White, both Black and White 1 and Black and White 2 combined, and Persona 3 Portable. And between the two, I have to give it to Portable. The reason why I'm specifically pointing to Portable is because Portable has all the music that I love of the original Persona 3 and Persona 3 Fez, as well as a ton of new songs that I fucking adore. Also, fair warning, the footage that you're seeing for main Persona, I'm gonna play a few songs, by the way. The main Persona 3 songs, you're mostly gonna see reload footage because I can't be fucking asked to go re-record like base game Persona 3 footage. I just can't be asked, I'm sorry.
Shadows all mass destruction.
Oh yeah, baby, midday street for a silent discourse in the air. The body start to sit and wait. Every time, goodbye to yesterday. Breathing by today.
Boom. So Persona 3 Portable, best soundtrack. Now moving on to favorite protagonists. There's a lot of protagonists that I adore. From Velvet Torres from Disgaea 4. There's Makoto from Persona 3. Satsuya from Persona 2. Link from Majora's Mask. Sonic the Hedgehog. Rodden the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue. But more than all of those, if I were to pick one to stand atop the rest as my favorite, it would have to be far and above Shiro Emiya from the Fate Stay franchise. The main character of the Fate Stay Night series, specifically, he is far and above my choice for favorite protagonist because more than anything, they go so into detail with him and his like mindset and how fucked he is, right? But how he's always trying to like be a better person or do good and basically help anyone and everyone. And in the 3 different routes, you really get to see just how much like helping people means to him and how much his survivor's guilt really like hits him as a character, which is something that I do dislike about the Photable anime, is that it really didn't do an amazing job at capturing that inner turmoil that Shiro goes through. Because a lot of his internal dialogue in the UEW anime and the Ufotable anime, it was cut. It was all cut. And I understand why they cut it, but it's like, it really does hurt Shiro as a character. Because I've seen a lot of people have this perception of Shiro as like, oh, he's just a dumb character. And he just does dumb shit sometimes. Like, no. He is way more than just a dumb character. A lot of the decisions he makes is because, you don't really get to see his inner thought process in the Ufotable anime in a lot of cases. Which really does genuinely just hurt Shiro in a lot of people's perception. But no, he's actually just a really, really good character. He's a great character. And for me personally, he is going to be my pick for favorite protagonist. But from him, we move on to favorite antagonist. And protagonist, of course, we have the favorite antagonist, and for me, there's only one answer. It's Nyarlathotep from Persona 2. It's easily Gnarly from Persona 2. He is the best villain, bar none. In Persona 1, he's also like a big threat, but the main villain of that one is Kandori. And then, because they managed to beat Kandori and Nyarlathotep in Persona 1, Philemon makes a bet with him in Persona 2, and that leads to everything that happens in the events of Persona 2 Innocent Sin. It's all because of him. He's toying with, he's playing with everyone. He's playing the long game. He's digging his claws into every single person, and everything that happens is because of him. And then in Eternal Punishment, he's back in the new world because of Tatsuya. Because Tatsuya was unable to forget everything that happened. And so because of that, he's now back. He has attached himself to Tatsuya. You actually see in Tatsuya's scenario as well in Eternal Punishment how he's fucking with Tatsuya that entire time. And because of that, Tatsuya, for everything that has happened, having Nyarlathotep in his fucking ear the entire time, this boy is on the edge of a fucking cliff. This boy is about ready, like one push, and he's going to just crumble to the fucking abyss. It is amazing. And then you see at the end of Tatsuya in the scenario where they save Shiori, if I remember correctly, that was her name. He basically summons her, basically puts them in a situation where it's like, oh, you either kill her or you get the piece. And then they kill him, stop Tatsuya from killing, like, her. It's a whole fucking ordeal. It's amazing. And then them beating Nyarlathotep at the end of Eternal Punishment. And even then, it's amazing. He's an amazing villain because he's playing the long game that entire time. And then, inevitably, even though he's defeated, he fucking wins the game. So then they make a new world and he's back, whispering in the main protagonist's ear, one of the two main protagonists' ears, that entire second game. Oh my god, I fucking love it. I love Nyarlathotep. And if you ask me, far and above, he is easily, no questions asked. There is no two ways about it. He is easily the best antagonist for me in really any video game. He is fucking amazing. I love him as a villain. He is an amazing villain. I love Nyarlathotep. He is my pick for favorite villain. But moving on to best story, you couldn't already tell from the way I was talking about it in the Nyarlathotep section. It's Persona 2. It's Persona 2. Both Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin, because their stories go hand in hand. Persona 2, the duology as a whole, it's the best story in any game for me, bar none. There's no other competition. I love this guy for story. I like Sonic 06's story. Unironically, I love the story of the Senran Card games. Majora's Mask has a great story. But far above all of those, Persona 2 is always going to be the best one. For everything I just mentioned in the villain section and the protagonist section, then you've got characters like Jun, who is actually not a terrible character, but he's not an amazing character either. And it's just like, he's alright, he's fun. I love whole dynamic with Lisa and Tatsuya and Maya and all of them. Ulal is a really entertaining character. She almost gets Maya killed by being a dumbass because, you know, she's not fucking thinking, but she's a really good character. She just genuinely feels remorse for it. It only happens because, like, oh, she's hurting, she's in pain, and you can feel for that, but you can still, it's like, you stupid bitch, this is your best friend, you almost got her killed, the fuck is wrong with you? Tatsuya and his relationship with Katsuya, his brother, it's like, what the fuck? And then you've got the Persona 1 characters posing there as well, and to seeing what Tatsuya goes through, all of it combined just makes for a genuinely amazing story. And the ending is fucking phenomenal, man. Just watch it. Fucking phenomenal, goosebumps every time. That's why Persona 2 is far above easily for me, my pick for best story. Then we're moving on to a game that I have not played but I want to play, and it's gotta be Neon White. I used music in Neon White a lot, and the game genuinely looks amazing. It looks so much fun. The art style looks amazing. Violet is fucking... The music is phenomenal. Gameplay genuinely looks really fun and interesting. All of it looks so cool. I'm genuinely really intrigued. Hopefully will one day get a chance to play it. It is genuinely a great looking game, and for me it's part of the best one for a game like I have not played but I want to play. And like, obviously I'm only counting games that are out yet right now, right? I'm not counting games that aren't out right now, because if we're counting games that aren't out right now, then it'd be either Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta or the second new Okami game whenever that comes out. Who knows when that's gonna come out? We don't know. But I'm only counting games that are currently out, not counting games that are not out, that have not released, that I cannot buy and play, because that's unfair. So I'm only going to count games that are out, that I have an interest in, that are played. For that, Neon White, far above, easily top of the board. Now, these next two, you're probably going to want to crucify me for these next two. Because these next two, you love, everyone hates, you hate, everyone loves. It's a known fact what these two are going to be if you know me well enough. You love, everyone hates. The answer is easily Sonic 06. I'm not even joking. I unironically do genuinely love Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. This is one of my it is genuinely up there for me as one of my favorite Sonic games. I love 06. I like its story, I love its characters, the music's phenomenal. I like Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Everyone's like, oh, but the game's so buggy, the game's so broken, it doesn't work. Most of you haven't even fucking played it. Your opinion's invalid. If you have played it, that's the only reason that's the only opinion I validate and care for. If you haven't played it, your opinion's invalid. I don't care. And I say this so confidently because I've played through the game 3 times. I'm currently going through a 4th playthrough of it in the Japanese story. But the second time I played it the first 3 times I played it with my buddy, because he played it on his Xbox 360. The second time we played it, we already knew about all the glitches and the bugs and all that. We spent the entire game trying to break the game, literally make the game shut down on us, make it unplayable. I'm not talking about softlock shit like, oh, Silver shooting you into the fucking stratosphere, or you getting caught in the infinite ring loop. No, I'm talking about legitimately the game breaks. Like, you cannot continue onwards. And so, but not something where like, oh, just simply restart the game and you're back to playing it. No, we're talking like genuinely trying to just brick the game, basically fucking brick his console. And we got through the entire game. Most of the time people talk about the game and how buggy it is, it's fucking exaggerated. Most of the glitches in the game are super situational anyway. Just do what the game tells you to do, don't be a fucking dumbass, and you'll actually be fine. most of the time. Like, the game does have glitches. It's not perfect. It is buggy as fuck, but a lot of it is overblown. A lot of people haven't played it and are just going off of what YouTubers say, and most of them haven't played it. They're just going off what other YouTubers say. So 90% of people who talk about the game to me, their opinion's invalid because they haven't played it to me. If you have played it, fair shout out to you. But if you haven't, fuck you. Fuck your fuck your mom. Your mom's a hoe. I'm a fucker. I'm playing. I'm joking. But yeah, easily, if you ask me, Sonic 06 is my choice for a game that I love but everyone hates, and then for everyone that I hate but everyone loves. This is gonna be the one where a lot of people are gonna want to crucify me, a lot of people are gonna want to judge me, they're gonna want me sent back to fucking hell for this. It's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. A lot of people love Wind Waker. A lot of people really like the game Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I don't. I never cared for it. It has my favorite version of Zelda, and which is Tetra, far and above the best Zelda. But overall, as an overall game, I just don't care for it. I don't like it. I used to hate it, honestly. I don't hate it as much anymore, but it's still, for me personally, the weakest Zelda game by like the only competition for me being Zelda 2, and I'd rather honestly play Zelda 2 than Wind Waker. I'm not even fucking joking.
What did you say, nigga?
That's how much I don't care for Wind Waker. At least Zelda 2. At least Zelda 2. When I play Zelda 2, I feel something. I feel anger. I feel hatred. I'm not happy. With Wind Waker, I'm just bored most of the time. I genuinely don't have a good time playing Wind Waker. I don't like it. And you're like, oh, but there's so much stuff to do. I don't like exploring in that game because the controls are fucking bullshit in the OG game. The ending of the game, the ending portion where you have to fucking find the 8 pieces of the Triforce, the 8 Triforce charts for playing the original, that's fucking abysmal. Holy shit, it's terrible. I literally did a stream a while back called Wind Waker Hater Plays the OG Wind Waker because I'd never really played the GameCube version of Wind Waker at that point. I'd only played the HD version. I just didn't care for it. It was whatever. I didn't like it, didn't hate it, but it's like, I can live without it. It's easily the weakest Zelda game for me. It's far and above the weakest Zelda game for me because I don't like exploring in that game. I didn't have fun playing that game for most of it. It's not like I hated it, but it's like I was just bored for most of my time playing the game. I was bored. I get bored playing that game. It fucking bores me. Wind Waker is boring. I'm sorry. I don't like Wind Waker. I would genuinely rather play Zelda 2. That's how much Wind Waker bored the fuck out of me. Anyways, please don't wring my neck for that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
But moving on to something good, best art style. There's a lot of games whose art styles that I adore to no end. But for me, the top pick for best art style has to be Muse Dash, because Muse Dash is an art style that's genuinely really unique. Every song has like a different aesthetic to it, there's a different layout to it, the map is different, the enemy is different, the notes are all look different, they're all stylized differently. There's a ton of different characters and costumes for you to play as for the various characters, whether it be Rin, Bujo, Maria. There's even crossover characters that you can play as, like Neko and Yume, and from other rhythm games. There's also collabs with various franchises like Toho. They did a Hololive collab. They're constantly collabing with Project Diva, and so on and so forth. And then the loading screens for the game all look fucking beautiful. Muse Dash has a genuinely beautiful art style. It's an amazing game. It's a super fun game as well. But that's why, for me, far and above, Muse Dash is my pick for best art style. Did I not grab the cover for that fucking game? Hang on. I did. I'm just stupid. I'm stupid. Shut up. I'm an idiot. I know I'm a fucking idiot. Shut up! Do not speak. I know. I'm dumb. I'm slow. Leave me alone. It took me 24 hours to build a fucking Kamen Rider figure at the time of recording this. Literally yesterday. It took me a whole day, dude. Shut up. Leave me alone. I'm dumb. Moving on to favorite ending. There's a lot of game endings that I like. Again, Sonic 06, Persona 2. But for me, more than any game's ending, I have to give it to BlazBlue Central Fiction as the end to that whole part of the story. because the series for Blaze Blue, story-wise, is amazing. It's so good lore-wise for everyone, especially Ragna as a character, because he goes through so much over the course of this entire franchise, and seeing him change over this franchise from just a lone, cold, no fucks given, fuck everybody type of person, like effectively a lone push everyone away person, but he has a heart of gold. You see that. You see how much he fucking, like, for lack of a better term, fucking, he grows and changes as a goddamn person, and it's amazing to witness it all and the turmoil that he goes through, and then seeing what he does, how selfless he is at the very end, effectively deciding to destroy everyone's dreams, knowing what it would do to him, all to save his sister, all to save everyone. Otherwise, this will just continue onwards again and again, because the Black Beast will be reborn, he will be reborn. It'll just be an endless thing. And the ending scene, first of all, the ending fight with Terumi is fucking badass. The fight where him and Jin jump Susanoo, it's fucking goated. The scene that really breaks me, that really gets to me more than those, is the scene at the end of the ending with Rachel. It's, oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. Just watch it.
悪いが、先に進ませてもらうぞ。そうそう、ウサギ。
あなた何をしているのよ。この無礼者、下ろしなさい。
思ってたより軽いな。
何を言っているのよ。いいから早く下ろしなさい。
レイチェル、今までありがとうな。
ラグナ。
そしてさよならだ。
Just hits so hard because these two have been in each other's necks the entire franchise, the entire series. Since day one, these two have been in effectively at each other's necks. And so then you finally get to see how much they genuinely do care for each other. And you only get to see it, like, Ragnar's gonna fucking die. That is, like, he's going to disappear. No one is going to, even his own sister and his own brother, they're going to lose him. And in the final things that he does is you get to see just how much these two, who argue anytime they interact throughout the entire franchise, you get to see how much they care for each other, how much their relationship means to them, how much they mean to each other. And it's like, this here, now, are you joking? Fuck, it hits, man. It hits you, son. It hits you right in the chest. It's one of my favorite cutscenes in the entire game. And it's part of why, for me, my favorite ending in any game is always going to be Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Even more than Persona 2, because I even played Persona 2's ending, and I love Persona 2's ending. Like, Central Fiction, for me, is easily the best fucking one of any game. Easily. But moving on from my favorite ending to a favorite boss fight, for me, there's a lot of boss fights that I like, but there's just two in contention for my favorite. Omega Zero from Mega Man 03, and Jetstream Sam from Metal Gear Rising. And I've got to give it to Sam. I've got to give it to the handsome Brazilian man with the sword, because he's fucking beating him. That fight with Sam, it's fucking catharsis. It is a special kind of catharsis. Because at the start of the game, he fucks up Jack's hand. He fucks up Jack's face. He's the reason why Raiden needs to get like a new hand, new body, cybernetic body in the fucking first place, because he breaks him. He fucks up his sword. He ruins him. Jack needs to get Raiden needs to get like a whole new body to effectively repair the damage that Sam did to him. And then in the Detroit, I believe it was Detroit mission, where like halfway through, Sam starts fucking taunting you that entire second half of the game, entire second half of that mission. He's taunting you. He's toying with you. It's an endless fucking thing. He is taunting you that entire time, just non-stop taunting, and it is fucking brutal. You just see how much it weighs down on Jack to the point where, like, he can barely fucking walk. He can barely fight, and so it's just abusive. And then he shows up again at the end before the monsoon fight, and he taunts you even further, actually pushes you, and he's the push to bring Jack the Ripper back. And when it does, it's fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And then you get to fight him again after this, and it's just like you finally get that chance to beat the ass of the man who put you in this body, who put you through torment just a mission ago, really. And it's just like, God, it feels so good. And the fight itself is a genuine challenge. Even after having beaten it a few times, it still gives me a hard time to this fucking day. It's such a great boss fight. And the catharsis you get from fighting him at the very end of it all, it's amazing. And then his death at the end, it's just like, damn, man. Damn. Like, that's why, for me, anyways. And then, mind you, like, going further than that, even more than that, like, Sam is going to be my pick for favorite boss fight, easily. But more than that, right, adding on to that, during the fight with, Senator Armstrong, Jack uses Sam's sword as, like, a show of respect to Sam, because you learned that, like, everything that Sam did and everything that he went through was because of fucking Senator Armstrong. And it's just like, God damn. It's an amazing boss fight that all comes together so well from everything before it and is built upon by, like, things that happen after. It's great. I love it. I love the Jack from Sam boss fight. It's great. I love it. Great boss fight. Great character. Moving on, though, to a childhood game. There's a lot of good games I used to play as a childhood. Cooking Mama, Mario Sonic, the Olympic Winter Games. There's so on and so forth. But for me, far and above, the best one, for me anyways, is Burnout Revenge. Because that's going to be like a recurring thing if you haven't noticed. I'm always picking for me what is my favorite, what is the best one. So like these ones was like they have a childhood game, so on, so really relaxing game, a stressful game. It's going to be like my favorite one. So for childhood games, for me, it's Burnout Revenge. Easily Burnout Revenge. Burnout Revenge is a game that I just fucking adore. It's my favorite Burnout game by and large, even more so than 3. A lot of people love Burnout 3. I like Burnout 3, but Burnout Revenge has always been more my style. I literally made a whole video on it, I think a few years ago. I forget if it was a year ago now at this point. But like, there's so many different modes for you to play through. It's so fun and impactful. Everything just feels so heavy and punchy. It just goes boom. Like, then you got impact time. Takedowns are super cinematic and smooth, and there's so many different ones you can do. There's so many different game modes for you to play through. So many different modes for you to try out. This soundtrack is amazing. It introduced me to some of my favorite songs to this day. I still sometimes listen to that soundtrack just so I can hear some of the songs for it. And it's like, it's great. It's a great game. Fun game. Love it. Used to play it all the time as a kid. It's a game that I genuinely fucking adore with my heart and soul. I love Burnout Revenge. I will always love Burnout Revenge. It will always be my favorite game. It will always be my favorite, not my favorite game, my favorite Burnout game. It will always be my favorite racing game. It is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love Burnout. I love Burnout Revenge. I love this game. This game for me is full of childhood memories. I love whenever I get to just sit down. I feel like, hey, you know what? I feel like playing a racing game. I'm gonna play Burnout Revenge. That's my go-to 9 times out of 10. I love Burnout Revenge. It's a great game. I love it. I love it. I do. I love Burnout Revenge. It's great. Best Burnout game. I don't care. But from a childhood game to a relaxing game, there's some relaxing games that I play, like Minecraft, for example. But for me, my favorite one is probably Slime Rancher. because Slime Rancher is such a cute game, such a chill game. There's so many different slimes for you to interact with, so much for you to see, so much to explore. Exploring is a lot of fun. There's so much for you to like build onto and add on to, like farming and like the cages and whatnot. It's so cool. And then you've got the trading stuff as well. There's actually a lot of really neat in-depth lore for this game as well. Like I'm still not like done going through it all, but like seeing how much lore, knowing how much lore there is, because there is quite a bit of it. It's like, wow, there's a lot of lore. There's a ton of different slimes for you to collect and for you to go through as well. And it's just, God, I love it. I love Slime Rancher. It's such a cute, cozy game. The music is so calm and chill. It's such a cute and cozy game. And for me, it is my choice for my favorite relaxing game because it's such a cute game. Oh, Animal Crossing. I never cared for Animal Crossing. It kind of just bored me a lot whenever the one time I did play it. I was kind of just bored. I didn't really care for it. Like Slime Rancher is a game like I still play to this day. Like, hey, I'm trying to like, finish it at all and whatnot. But like, there's so much to do. And even there's a sequel now. There's a sequel. Maybe I'll play the sequel. Who knows? I want to play the sequel. Maybe one day I will play the sequel. But like this game, it's so cute. It's so fun. It's great. And there's so much for you to customize, so for you to see and do and explore. So many different places for you to unlock and go to. It's amazing. Slime Rancher is such a cute, chill game. And there's also so much to do, so much to see. Do not start singing fucking Smash Mouth. I swear to God. Yeah, I love Slime Rancher. It's such a cute game. It's a relaxing game. I love it. And it is my pick for my favorite relaxing game, far and above, easily. No questions asked. But moving on from that, moving on to a stressful game. There's a lot of games that stress me out. But honestly, I love Souls games. Pick a fucking Souls game. It could go here. But recently, my favorite one of recent is Black Myth Wukong. That game genuinely stresses me the fuck out, dude. Holy shit. Like, you have no idea how much that game puts me under fucking pressure. It's mind-boggling how much that game actually does well and truly stress me the fuck out. It's so fun, though. It's so fun. I love it. I love playing it. It's so cool. I'm glad it won Game of the Year. It really did deserve it. It's a great game. Gameplay is great. The story is great. The lore is great. Boss fights are fucking challenging. Really, any fight in that game is fucking challenging. That game stresses me the fuck out because sometimes enemies can just come out of fucking nowhere. It's just like, God, it stresses me out, but it's so fun. It is, for me, my pick of favorite stressful game. Because, at least in recent, because I haven't played Dark Souls in a while. I haven't beat Elden Ring, so I can't say yet. But I haven't beat Wukong. I can at least say if it's up there. I'm still at the very beginning. Like, I'm halfway through Wukong right now. And so easily for me, it is currently my favorite stressful game. At current, I'd probably put it in contention with Dark Souls 3. And I'd have to give it to Wukong because Wukong is so good. Wukong is really good. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. Go play it. Anyways, moving on from a game that stresses me out into a game that I always come back to. It's Sonic Generations. It's easily Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is one of my all-time favorite Sonic games. I love it. It's up there for me. It's a game that I always find myself coming back to, even more than other ones like Unleashed, World Adventure, especially more than so than fucking Colors. It's more, I go to it back to it more than 06, more than Sonic 1, Sonic 3. I genuinely love going back to Sonic Generations. It's such a fun game for me. Just because on a pure gameplay level. It's so much fun for me, and I love playing through the different levels and seeing all the remakes, and I'm still learning things to this day, by the way, about the game and it all, and it's so much fun to sit there, go through it all, and play through it all, and the different levels, and like with mods as well, right? With mods, that game is even enhanced. It's so much more fun, even with mods, because it's so fucking good. I love Generations. It's so much fun. It's just like a straight, genuinely fun game to play through. And like seeing different levels and hearing all the music and all the different mods that exist for it. It is far and above my pick for a game that I always come back to. Because it is just a game that I always come back to more than really any other game. Even games that are like, I adore. And it's not even my favorite game either. It's probably not my favorite Sonic game either. it's in contention for my favorite Sonic game, but I don't think I'd make it listed as my favorite. But like, it's a great game. Generations, great game. I come back to it all the time. It's my choice for a game that I always come back to, because of the games that I always come back to, because there's a few, like, I often find myself going back to playing, well, like I mentioned, Burnout Revenge, Slime Rancher, Muse Dash, so on and so forth. Center and Kagura Burst Renewal. Like, this one has to be my favorite, far and above, bar none. But moving on from a game that I always come back to, the guilty pleasure game. There's really not many guilty pleasure games. There's not many games that I feel guilty enjoying, because if I enjoy a game, I just genuinely like it. There's not many games that I find as a guilty pleasure. But like most games that I dislike, it's not like, oh, it's a guilty pleasure game. No, it pisses me off. I don't like it. I don't like the game. If I don't like the game, I'm not gonna touch it. Like fucking Life is Strange, for example. Like Sonic 3D Blast, I avoid that game like the fucking plague. I hate it. But it's like, damn. What would I pick for a guilty pleasure game? Because there really isn't many. It's like, I'm gonna go as close as I can get. And for me, the closest that it gets is 3-on-3 freestyle. Because 3-on-3 freestyle is fucking buns. That game was booty, boo-boo, butt cheese garbage. And like, I can't even, at the current state of the game, like, I can't play the game because I'm fucking low tier. I'm a fucking low tier player. And the only people I have to play the game with are fucking, first of all, randoms in that game. Most of y'all randoms are fucking stupid. Most of y'all are dumb as rock. What the fuck do half of you niggas do? Then you've got fucking bum-ass, whale-ass, tryhard fucks, sweat lords. And it's just like, oh my days, I can't do anything. And the only people I have to play the game with are my two buddies, who I enjoy, like one of which I've made videos with and make videos with kind of my buddy Skills. Another one who we just play games with every now and again. I'm not gonna say his name because he doesn't like having his name mentioned in videos, but he knows who he is because he's probably watching this. Like, they're high tier players because they've got Ultimate Edition. I've got like the base game, so my characters, first of all, aren't that fucking good. I don't have all the shit, and it's like I can't keep up with these fucking people. So, and not even just that, like, oh, you got Ultimate Edition. It's $80 fucking dollars. You got me fucked up. I'm not paying $80 for this boo-boo booty ass fucking game. But with the current state of the game, if I want to keep up, I'm gonna have to pay for it. And like, I hate it. I can't stand it. The game genuinely pisses me off. But like, I played in the current state of the game, I really can't play like that. But it's just like, because the only two people that I have to play with in this game are my two friends, and they're high tier players, so I can't really play with them and keep up. But then it's like, other than that, I'm stuck playing low tier with fucking randoms, and randoms, especially in general, but especially in low tier, y'all are fucking stupid. I hate playing games with randoms, but I especially hate playing randoms in games like fucking this, because y'all are stupid. Randoms are dumb. Randoms are rich. Y'all niggas are fucking retarded. Y'all niggas are stupid. I hate playing with y'all. But like, I have fun playing this game when I'm playing with my buddies, but then we run the fucking dumbass high tier, or like just dumbass randoms in general. We even still run the retarded randoms in high tier. It's ridiculous. Why? Why are you niggas stupid? Why do you niggas keep doing dumb shit? What the fuck? I'm sorry about that. I was losing my voice because of how angry that makes me. Why? I don't understand. Anyways, there's like the closest I get to a guilty pleasure game for me, because like the game pisses me the fuck off. I'm playing it with my friends, I have fun. That's like, really any game is fun when you're playing it with friends. But like 3-on-3 is a game that I genuinely do like playing with my friends, with my buddies. But like, because they play high tier, I can't really play with them like that anymore. Unless I get Ultimate Edition, I'm not paying $80 for this fucking game. It's just like, whatever. This is like the closest it gets to me for a guilty pleasure game, because I don't really have any guilty pleasure games. I don't feel guilty about games that I enjoy or games that I feel pleasure in. This is the closest that it's really gonna get. So, anyways, moving on from really my closest turns for a guilty pleasure game to just a general guilty pleasure game. Or just like, not general guilty pleasure game, but like a game that I have tons of hours in. There are a lot of games that I have like tons and tons of hours in. I have 550 hours in Breath of the Wild. I have 647 hours in Persona 5 Royal. In Minecraft overall, I have 757 hours. I have 309 hours in Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. More than any of those though, the game that I have the most time in, like, I'm picking, because it's tons of hours played, I'm picking the one that I have the most hours in, and it pains me to say this. Even now, just thinking about it, makes me so fucking disappointed, sad, and upset. It's like, why is this the fucking game? It's fucking Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And this upsets me because I hate Xenoverse 2. But like, I understand why I have so many hours in it. I find myself going back to that game every now and again whenever my buddies want to play, which is very rare. But if they do, I'm like, they ask me to hop on. It's like, fine, I'll hop on it. I'll hop on and play it with you because you know that's the boys. It's the boys. You want to play games with the boys? You want to play fucking Shitty Xenoverse 2? I'll play Shitty Xenoverse 2 with the boys for a little bit. I used to play the game a lot as a kid, though. It was the first game I ever fucking platinumed. I'm not joking. And that still sickens me to this day. First of all the games that I platinumed, I platinumed Xenoverse 2, but then that was the first game I ever platinumed. And then I played this game a lot over the years. Especially, like, a lot of those hours really came from, like, my younger years, back when I first got in, like, middle school, like, early high school. It wasn't until, like high school where I really started, like, drop off on this game. Because, like, back in middle school, I used to play this game all the fucking time. I used to play it all the time, but I hate playing this game. The hit detection is terrible. The netcode is trash. People are fucking retarded. This game is just not good. There's nothing really. The customization is dull. The customization is dull. Online shit is boring. There's not really. The quests don't really keep me interested. Like, really, I have to play this game with mods in order to enjoy it. And even then, right, it's like, I don't even really enjoy this game with mods. I only enjoy it with mods when I'm playing with my fucking buddy Skills, because he's the only person I play modded with. But it's like, this game is not good. I don't like this game, but it's the one I have the most hours in, and I have to respect that fact, because I can't stand playing this fucking game. This game is fucking dog shit. This game sucks, and Bandai keeps fucking milking it. Because honestly, right, it tries to be an RPG, and it tries to be a fighting game, and it fails at both. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? What are y'all doing? Like, you can't, because it tries to be both a fighting game and an RPG, it feels like it half-assed both of them and ultimately committed to neither, which results in both ends feeling ass and the game as a whole just being boring. And then the online stuff is boring. Single player stuff, honestly, there's not a whole lot of single player stuff. Like, single player stuff in that game online, it's disgraceful, disgusting. It's like, mods are really the only reason I even still touch this game. And even then, right? First of all, modders in this game is a huge fucking problem, even to this goddamn day. And then it's just like, what the fuck? I don't like this game. This game is bad. The game is not good. I don't like this game. I hate this game. But it is far and above the one that I have the most hours in. You want to know how many hours I have in this game, by the way? Do you want to know how many hours I have in the game Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? I have 941 hours! And that's between a PC, PS4, my PS4, PS5 version, and my Switch, because I had the game on my Switch. I got the game on my Switch. Altogether, overall, I have 941 hours in this fucking game. And I'm sick. And mind you, most of those hours come from the PC and PlayStation. Like, because I really don't have, like, any time on it in PlayStation. I have, like, a minute, maybe. Just like, why? Why? I hate this game, but I have the most hours in this game, so it is there as the game that I have tons of hours in, because it is the game that I have the most hours in, as much as that pains my goddamn soul. But moving on to the final thing in all of this, it is my favorite game of all time. And it's hard to pick one, because there's a lot of games that I adore. Fate Stay Night, Senran Kagura Esto Versus, Persona Burst Renewal, Persona 2, Sun Generation, Sonic 06. Did I mention this guy before? I think I did. Ashura's Wrath. You've got Bayonetta, God Eater 1, Fire Emblem Echoes, or not Fire Emblem Echoes, Fire Emblem Echoes is fucking terrible. Fucking, Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to tell you the answer that always sits there, because it is one of my favorite games of all time. And when anytime I'm asked this question, this is usually my like go-to answer, because like it's the one that anytime I make a list of my favorite games, that is always going to be on the list, always. And it's always going to be pretty much at the top of the list. So it's probably not my favorite, but it's probably like one or two. So like this one is the obvious one for me personally. It's Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda. It's my favorite Zelda game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Majora's Mask. It is an amazing story. It's so fun. The dungeons are cool. I love getting to play through the game, collect the different dungeons, see all the alternate versions of all the characters from Hyrule and Termina. This story is really good. Majora is an amazing villain. It's a very imposing villain. Skull Kid, the fucking story of the Skull Kid makes me really sad. He's like, oh, he just wants his friends back. Bro just wants his friends. Bro just wants his friends. That's all he wants. It's like he feels rejected and like dejected by his friends, and it's like, damn. So you turn fucking with people as a result, and they kick you out, and then you come across this fucking mask, and it fucking possesses him. And then the mask, the boss fight, it's super intense, super fun. I love the boss fight against it. I like everything in Majora's Mask. I like the atmosphere. I love the music. Fierce deity, fuck it. I love the fierce deity. It's so much fun, and it turns Majora into a fucking joke. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finished product. This is the finished image. And I hope you enjoyed getting to learn a little bit more about me and about my opinions and my taste in things. With all that being said, I'm gonna go. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, you can much ice links about the YouTuber and the Vtuber in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Peace out and enjoy yourselves, everybody. Have a good night. Happy New Year.
Wondering just how long is death from birth? Fly just like a burning piece secures all the life of thoughts in my mind. Man, I need a purge.
Southside choppers, blasting with the rider. Keep me off the edge till the brother getting locked up. Sparked up lighter, chilling with the rider. Keep me off the edge till the brother getting locked up.